Hello and welcome to Blues Guitar Snacks Deluxe Servings, all the way from Instagram and over here on the video channels like YouTube or wherever you may be watching this. I've decided to make these a little bit longer and a little bit more in depth. So welcome. Make sure you subscribe to Hawker Heights to keep up to date with these lessons. I'll be putting them out regularly and for absolutely nothing. To start off with, and in the coming videos, I'm going to talk about Mixolydian mode and guitar players' absolute obsession with this scale, especially in the context of the blues. Now, when I do gigs, doing blues gigs in particular, people come up to me at the end of the gig and it's very nice of them to say so. Man, I really loved your playing. What were you playing there? Mixolydian or something? And internally, I go, Technically, yes, but as you might agree, cramming modes into the blues sort of takes the blues out of the blues. So what I'm about to show you now is how to add notes from the Mixolydian mode but still stay within the idiom and so it still sounds like soulful blues. Now here's a classic example as to why you shouldn't be actually obsessing about this Mixolydian mode. When people first learn it, which is great, and they go to play a blues jam or something like that, you hear this kind of thing, right? You know that they've just learnt it and they're trying to cram it in there and all of a sudden you've gone from the heart to the head. Okay, like this. Right, you can actually hear where I go from playing lyrical blues stuff into that kind of cerebral Mixolydian thing. The trick is with Mixolydian is to try and actually incorporate it into your improvisation in a natural way. It needs a bit of swagger, and quite often it doesn't have any swagger at all. But if you keep watching this and subscribe to my YouTube channel, of course, at Hawker Heights, you'll find out how to add the notes from the Mixolydian in a bluesy way, and gradually so you get to internalize these notes as well. We're going to start with something very simple, one note, well actually technically two notes because we're going to play the blues scale plus one note. First of all, we're in the key of G and here is your classic pentatonic scale. Alright, it's one of the first things you learn and it's enough information to play some great blues on. As is this when you add the flattened fifth. Flattened fifth. Flattened fifth. And that's what it becomes, as we know, with the blues scale. That is enough to play some really great blues, and it has been enough for a lot of players over the years, and really famous players too. Players with really great language. Remember, it's not just scales we're talking about when we're improvising with the blues, we're also talking about language. By that I mean what you transcribe. If you pick up a B.B. King lick here and there, or an Albert King lick, or whoever you're transcribing or listening to, you practice that stuff and it starts to become part of your style. Here's a little playing example. I'm just playing over a G blues, the 1, 4, 5, over a rumba kind of feel. And you'll hear that I'm only, and I'm trying my best to as well, just sticking to that scale. But it doesn't sound like I'm playing a scale, it sounds like I'm playing the blues because I've done transcription and I've listened to the greats and I've got a few things under my belt that I can use. Enjoy. did that sound? Well, it certainly sounded like the blues. It sounded a little bit like, I guess, a touch of Albert King and a lot of the other greats as well. Now, what did I not do there? I did not do Mixolydian mode, that's for sure, okay? But let's just take one note now to add to this blues scale in order to start giving the scale a little bit more interest and a little bit more of a down-home kind of feel as well. That note we're going to add to the blues scale is the 6th. Let's count up to the 6th. Let's just use the major scale, the do-re-mi scale, to find it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in the key of G, the 2nd fret on the D string is your 6th note. It's also up on the 7th fret on the A string if you ever want to use that one as well. But for now, the 6th is right there on the 2nd fret, and it's also up an octave as well. There's another one there, 5th fret on the B string. So let's just add that one only note to the pentatonic scale or the blues scale. Now play it like that, of course it sounds like the blues. But let's just take a regular lick that I would use without the 6th and then replace the note that I use in it with the 6th. Watch this. So here's a very classic. Okay, what I did there is I bent the G string up a little bit there on the 5th fret and then had my finger across the 3rd fret there playing these 2 notes here across these 2 strings. And then I played the flat 7, what we call it. Take all these numbers on face value, by the way, when I refer to these. But the flat 7 is a harder sounding note, very tough. But if we play the 6th, which is just 1 fret down, it's a little bit brighter, okay? Some would say a little bit more country. So instead of, I'll do, and on the way down, so once again, let's play this harder kind of pentatonic sound. All right, let's play the down home 6. Play it like that. Okay, and this one down here. It sounds more vocal, and that's what you're actually trying to do with your blues improvisation, is to create the most lyrical vocal sound as you can. Here's an example of me playing the over the same progression, over the same G rumba. But this time I'm only playing the blues scale with the 6 added to it. Enjoy. so that is how you add that one note, the sixth, to your minor pentatonic or your blues scale, and it gives you a little bit more taste. I know I'm only talking about one note at a time, but look for that note all over the neck. So if we're talking about G for these lessons, let's look for an E note wherever we can within the G pentatonic scale, okay? Right there, right there. There's one there, there's one there. There's one there, there's one there. Okay, all over the neck, that's a really good habit to get into too. When you learn something new, try and find it all over the neck within the context of what you already know. Anyway, I hope this helps, and I'll see you next time.